We all know Tekken 8 needs tons of nerfing, but it has to start with my character. So today I'm gonna do Kazuya. He's my main. I am a god for Kazuya, and let's get into it. So starting with his lows, Kazuya has the best lows in the game. His health sweep, down 1+2, everyone knows it's a broken counter hit launcher, and it's only -14 on block. His down back 4, a really strong 20 frame poke, which does 18 damage on normal hit. On counter hit, it's plus 17 and 21 damage. Then he also has this evasive low, down back 3, which does 14 damage, but is super evasive, only -1 on block. And on block, all of these are super safe. Like this is only -12, this is also -12. Down 1+2 is -14, which is absurd for how good of a low this move is. His health sweep is launch punishable, but that's the only move, that's the only low he has that is launch punishable. And considering how good the others are, I think this one needs to be -15 at the very least. It's a really strong move. It's 23 frame startup, so it's unseeable. It's a full counter hit launcher. So if I catch you pressing here, now basically you are dead, because I'm gonna take you to the wall for 84, 85 damage, and at the wall I'm gonna do patricide fist, I can use health sweep, and all sorts of things. Also his health sweep wall splats you, so there's a chance that I will get a full launcher. Just has to fix the angle. So from now I get a full combo here. So that's a lot of damage for just a health sweep. And let's just say even if you're just straight up there. So even if you're standing against the wall like this, and maybe from an angle I go for a health sweep, full combo. Full combo. Insanely strong lows. So I would say this move needs to be -15 at the very least. It has to be -15 on block. I also thought that maybe this should insta-bound rather than, you know, giving him a chance to do tornado. I think just like his twin pistons, maybe just like this, the down 1+2 should insta-bound. But then I'm thinking like, he already has twin pistons that insta-bound, but again, I think I would be fine if down 1+2 insta-bounds and you don't get a full combo, but a little nerfed one. This move would still be super strong. Next thing I want to talk about is his Devil Fist, this full screen heat engager and a full screen launcher as well. So this needs to be toned down, and I would not mind if it loses its launching property in heat. I would say just having this as a launcher in heat should be enough. I think every character should have just one heat launcher and not two. And Devil Fist is so strong that it's pseudo homing. You cannot step it. You need really specific timing, like really strict. Most of the times it's almost impossible. When I face a Kazuya and he's in heat, I do not step at all, because he's controlling the neutral from range 5 basically. So even from here, one wave dash away, and there you go, boom, full launcher. 16 frame startup, it's -9 on block. There's nothing much you can do. And if you don't want to do a full launcher, there, 41 damage. Like, and it costs very little heat to do. Here, 40 damage. Even with the heat burst, he could land this 3 times, so that's 120 health. Now I'm just one combo away from dying. So really strong move. The tracking needs to be killed on this one. It needs to not give a full combo, that's my opinion. I think giving this thing a full combo is really strong, considering also it's only -9 on block, so you cannot punish it. Devil Fist also has a natural pushback, unlike Jin or Devil Jin's Demon Paw. You see, Jin steps away. You can see Jin takes a step backward, so it has a natural pushback. So if I just do it from here to create spacing, you see? So it's a really strong move that he has. It's a full screen launcher, it's a full screen button that controls the neutral, and as soon as in heat, Kazuya becomes from a 50-50 character to the most space controlling character in the game. And if you dash out of it, it's +5, and +5 against Kazuya, and if you're against the wall, that is death, because I can mix you up with a hell sweep that now launches you into Oki again. The next thing I would nerf on Kazuya is his Patricide Fist. It should not be +5 on block. A character like Kazuya that thrives on 50-50 should not get momentum from his wave dash. And you see from his wave dash, he takes a step, like he goes down before doing his Patricide Fist. So just like his Hell Sweep, where he goes down, in Patricide Fist he bends down. So it's really hard to tell that what he's gonna do next. And even on block, there's nothing much you can do aside from a dick jab, but there's a threat of this. This will counter at launch you for a lot of damage. So Patricide Fist should not be +5. I think it should be +2 at maximum. So if he's doing his electric like this, you see how much of a pushback Jin oh, come on, if I could do an electric. So you see how much of a pushback Jin is at. So it gives time to Jin as well to maybe sidestep. You know, Kazuya cannot create momentum like this. But with Patricide Fist, on his face, +5 and on his face. Now he could mix you up with Hell Sweep. He could do all sorts of things. You take one duck for 4/3, now you're dead. So Patricide Fist needs to see some toning down. I think it should be at the best +2. I would honestly maybe reduce the damage a bit. As of now, I think it does 33 damage. Yes, 33 damage. Even if they make it 28 damage and give this as a counter hit launcher to him, as it was when Kazuya first released, I think it would be a really cool addition, and make it -6 on block. I would be completely fine with that. But that has to be done with if everyone loses their plus on block mid moves, of course. If everyone is keeping their +5 on block mid moves, then Patricide Fist makes sense. But if we are to fix the game, then +5 on mid moves should not exist. And same with Patricide Fist, I think it should not be +5. +2 at max if they want to keep it like this. Ideally, minus on block for the amount of damage it does. The next thing I would nerf on Kazuya is this move. Yes, it is high, but it is +6 on block, so you cannot sidestep after this. It's a very strong move, and it is used by high-level players a lot. And you could do this move a lot of times. If it connects, death, 50 damage. It's 50 damage, so if you can do this like 4 times, you kill the opponent. The funny thing is, if you land a heat engager, you can do this about 4 times. So you can do actually this move 4 times. So it's a really strong move. I think after removing the plus frames on Patricide Fist, I would make this one +5, because it uses heat too, right? So you're losing something. So instead of making +6, I would make it +5. It's a very strong move. Yes, it is a high, you can duck it, but that does not mean it should be +6. That's the thing with Tekken 8, that people use so many excuses that, oh, it's a high, you could duck this move, but that does not make sense. You cannot have so many stacked up properties in just one move. That's how a move becomes broken. So I would make this move +5 instead of Patricide Fist. And honestly, that's all. That's my take on how I would nerf Kazuya. I think after all these changes, he would be a balanced character. He's going to be strong. He's going to be really strong. And again, we don't have to confuse weak with balanced. A weak character is not a balanced character. So he would still be very strong, but he would not have unfair advantage over his opponent.